morning, honorable judges, fellow participants, and dear students. Today, I would like to deliver a speech entitled What Makes a Good Leader. Before I start elaborating what I think a good leader is made of, I would like to first of all define the word leader itself. There are so many characteristics that society thinks should be owned by a good leader. Therefore, the concept of a good leader should not be defined rigidly. However, for the purpose of the speech, a leader means someone who is in charge of something, someone who directs other people about what they should or shouldn't do. We have so many leaders surrounding our daily life that we may not even realize that we are also a leader, even though mostly to ourselves. We must have the skills of a leader to lead ourselves to the right direction. It is, of course, a very important responsibility, and it is not easy to be a good leader. But I believe even the simplest act can show how good of a leader you are. I believe that a good leader puts his personal matters aside for the sake of the people he leads. I believe that a good leader listens to the aspirations of the people he leads. I also believe that criticism, harsh comments, and other subjective judgments will not bring a good leader down easily. These things can only motivate a good leader even more. This might be very easy to say, yet very difficult to do. But I think that a good leader must never give up, even in the worst situations. A true good leader will step up and find ways to solve the problems. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what separates the leader from the followers. As I have mentioned before, there is no single and absolute definition of a good leader, as the concept can be very broadly interpreted. On this opportunity, however, I would like to put forward 3 very clever principles of what makes a good leader, stated by Innaz was one of the activists in the movement of Indonesian independence. He was also a columnist, politician, and pioneer of education for the native Indonesia of Dutch colonial times. He was the founder of Taman Siswa, an educational institution that provided the educational opportunity for the indigenous commoners, which otherwise was limited by the aristocracy and the Dutch colonials. His first principle is Innaz. It means that a good leader should be on the front line as a role model. A good leader is someone who stands up and shows good example, thus gaining followers' trust to represent them. A good leader must also have good organizing skill. A good leader must be able to organize the group and direct them to do the job right, because the success of a group is hugely determined by how good the leader commands the group. The second principle is It means that a good leader should be able to position themselves in the middle, working with the group. A good leader should not feel superior towards other members and refuse to work with them. A good leader must be able to blend in with the group. When a leader is willing to work together with the group, this will convince them that they're in good hands. Why? Because this shows that the leader is not just being bossy by ordering them to do this, do that, but also chooses to be there 100% for the team. Well, this last principle is known as it means that a good leader is also a good motivator. I believe that every part of one group is important. Therefore, a good leader must also possess the strength to motivate them, supporting them from behind, keeping them on track. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of ways to make yourselves a good leader. The simplest thing, I think, is to keep in mind the 3 principles I just stated. Leading from the front, working together with the group in the middle, and motivating them from behind. Being a good leader is very important for us students, because someday we will be a leader. Maybe a president, maybe a governor, maybe a director of a company. All of us must have the ability, because it will be our responsibility to replace the recent leaders are a leader. That is all from me. Thank you for the attention. I'm Allya.